Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely Thanksgiving. Today I'd like to talk about a vacuum cleaner that doesn't suck, which is the Dyson. If you hate yourself enough to purchase one of these devices, I will include an affiliate link to Amazon down below. This is a $400 vacuum here, and it looks like it's not going to be possible to replace the power button anymore, which apparently is something that dies on a vacuum. Now, I'm not used to spending more than $35 to $70 on a vacuum in my lifetime. I do have one Dyson in this new house, and that's because it was literally given to me for free, which in my opinion is the only acceptable price for a Dyson vacuum cleaner. But apparently, the button is so sensitive on these that it is actually normal for that button to die. So this comes from vacuumtester.com, a lovely website going over vacuum cleaners. It says, in short, Dyson has made it impossible to replace the button on new stick vacuums with a layer of glue on the circuit board. In that case, you will have to buy a completely new housing, and it says view the prices here. And the pricing for the housings on this $400 vacuum cleaner range from anywhere from about $90 to $203, and they've got their own affiliate link there. Okay, we got two people playing this game. But in all seriousness, you would have to pay more for the head unit than you would for the entire vacuum with a standard vacuum cleaner company. It says when the button of your Dyson vacuum cleaner is defective, you need to replace it as soon as possible. A broken button can stick or even make your Dyson unusable. Replacing a Dyson button requires some attention, but you don't need any technical knowledge, and you can do it yourself, at least until recently. Because vacuumtester.com recently discovered that it is no longer possible to replace the button of new Dyson vacuum cleaners. We previously published a guide to replacing a Dyson trigger. After dismantling the dust container, filler, and housing, it is necessary to dismantle the printed circuit board. However, when making a video of our YouTube channel, we realized that this is no longer possible. Vacuumtester.com has discovered that a layer of glue has been applied to the circuit board of new Dyson stick vacuums. As a result, you cannot disassemble the printed circuit board, and you are therefore unable to replace the button yourself. Watch the video below, and I will link to their video down below, and I highly suggest you check them out. It seems like a cool channel. Dyson, quote, "The glue prevents you from replacing the button yourself. We spoke to an employee and asked whether it is normal for a printed circuit board to have an adhesive layer. Yes, I can assure you that it is normal," the employee reports, in spite of the fact that older models didn't have that glue there and didn't seem to have any problems in spite of not having the glue there. And the glue indeed appears to have been applied to prevent you from replacing the button yourself. Quote, "The glue prevents you from replacing the button yourself," according to the employee of Dyson. Yes, I can assure you this is a normal thing. Buying a new housing is the only solution. But what if you have such a new Dyson vacuum cleaner and your button is broken? Unfortunately, there is no other option than to buy a completely new housing. It is strongly recommended that you check whether you are entitled to warranty once you've registered your Dyson. Always do this when you buy a new Dyson. You can easily look it up. So the question really comes to, are you still going to buy it? Are you still going to buy it? Again, you got vacuum cleaners out there that cost $70. You got vacuums that cost $100 that do a fairly good job of sucking. Or you could buy a $400 vacuum that when it stops sucking, you have to buy an entirely new half of the vacuum to replace the power button because these assholes decided to glue everything together. This picture over here obviously is coming from vacuumtester.com. And just like, why? Why? Like, why? I know people are going to say, okay, liquid resistance. They need to make it liquid resistant. That's why they're doing this. A, do you need to glue the entire PC board to make it liquid resistant? B, how important is making an indoor vacuum cleaner liquid resistant? What, it rains inside your house or something? Seriously? Like, yeah. And one of the things that aggravates me personally more than anything else here is that for the end consumer to know what they're getting is very, very difficult nowadays. Imagine if the box said no schematics included. Imagine if the box said power button likely to break and now glued into device to make it more difficult to replace. Do you think that would have an effect on the sales of the product? The end consumer making a purchase has no way to know whether or not this is the case unless somebody opens it up and shows you this for virtually every device that there is. Information is very important, and that information is not information that's made available in a way that's obvious to the end consumer because you have so many different devices out there that are coming out at such a fast frequency that it would be almost impossible to open and test all of them so that you could easily search and figure out if the newest device that you're about to purchase in the store is repairable or not. But what do you think would happen to the sales of these devices if there was just a little sticker on the box, power button no longer replaceable by end user? By the way, power button usually dies after like a year and a half. And this is something that we talk about regularly on this channel, that it is not just Apple. It is not just one company. Everybody says, don't buy this, and it is solved. Right to repair is solved. We will go back to a time where schematics came inside the box and you could buy parts to whatever you want to be able to fix things that you own. It's every company in almost every industry. It's medical, agricultural, consumer electronics, home appliances. Everything is moving in this shit direction. And it's kind of sad. I'm sure you still could replace it. It's just that it's now 10 times harder to do so. And maybe, just maybe, that was the point. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Why do you think that they put a bunch of glue over here? Do you think it makes sense that when the button dies on this vacuum, you have to replace the entire head unit? More importantly, why is a button dying on a vacuum cleaner? I mean, like, of all the vacuum cleaners that I've owned over the course of my life, there are many things that wind up going wrong with the vacuum. The button to turn it on has never been one of them. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now. The part that's personally most aggravating about this is the fact that if you're a consumer... Wait a second. You're not Clinton, you're Blackberry. Blackberry, you never jump on that chair. Oh, hi. Hi, it's so good to have you here, Blackberry. Hi, what a good girl. What a good kitty, what a good girl. Oh, hello, how are you? Everybody's been waiting to see you on the chair. Wow, Blackberry, you never come on the chair. It's always Clinton or Oreo. Hi. How you doing, girl? Who's a good cat? Who's a good cat? Who's a good cat? Who's a good kitty? Wow, you're a furry kitty. I gotta groom you more often. You're a furry kitty. Look at you, look at you. Who's my cat? Who's my cat? Nuzzle. Nuzzle. Good girl.